Don't make me have to play this. You know, the worst thing about when I play the banjo, other than the sound it makes, is that it's not exactly a babe magnet, let me tell you. The movie Deliverance was a PR disaster for us banjo players. It's true. Anyway, that's why today I'd like to help restore some dignity to this humble instrument and to the people who play it. Thank you. So, who's ready to stomp a hole in the floor? You ready? Can you clap for me? Here we go. Okay, I quit playing. Clock's ticking. Anyway, TED is all about ideas worth sharing, right? And the banjo is actually a perfect example of that. In fact, it spread from one culture to the next in the early days of our country. That was a segue, by the way. In 1781, Thomas Jefferson wrote about an instrument called the banjar that the slaves played because it had a happy sound and just had a way of cheering people up. Well, the banjar is the African predecessor to today's American banjo. The word banjar evolved into banjo, and the instrument also evolved along the way too. One thing that will never change is that the banjo is still nothing more than a drum with strings. I can play both parts, see, it's great. Originally, the banjo was just a hollowed out gourd, sliced open. They stretched the hide of a groundhog across the top, tacked it around the edge, and let it dry in the sun so it tightened up like a drum head. And they put a stick down the middle, attached some twisted gut strings, or maybe even horse hairs, or the wires of a screen door, and you had a banjo. So how did the banjo spread from one culture to the next? Well, two ways. In the South, it spread mainly through sharecropping. That's where the poorest people in society came together and worked side by side on a piece of land and then shared in the harvest. The poor white people heard the poor black people play the banjo, and it cheered them up too. And anybody with basic woodworking skills can make their own banjo. You couldn't exactly make a harpsichord or a French horn, but you could make a banjo. In the North, it spread very differently through minstrel shows. In 1830, a man named Joel Walker Sweeney became the first of many white performers to play the banjo on stage, and he made popular the little short fifth string and a wooden rim instead of the gourd, and he even introduced the banjo to Europe. So how could you play this thing? Well, basic tuning is an open G, which makes it easy to play a lot of other chords with just one finger, like that. One finger. Anyway. The traditional type of picking the banjo is called claw hammer. Now, fingernails are like built-in picks, but you couldn't work on a farm and have long fingernails like a classical guitarist, so they hit the strings with the back of their fingernails like a hammer. That's how it got its name. It's how Pete Seeger plays today. It sounds like this. That was Beethoven, by the way. Then my hero Earl Scruggs came along. He made popular the famous three-fingered, rolling, flowing bluegrass style that defines bluegrass banjo today. And he picked up on the strings instead of pushing down on them. And if you're trying to learn how to do it, one simple way to teach yourself is to assign the melody to one finger and let the other two fill in the gaps around it, like this. It's not going to change. Okay, so America is a melting pot, right? Where cultures come together and ideas get shared. That's why when you hear the banjo, you're hearing a little piece of American history. That's why I say, let's hear it for the banjo. Thank you. And stop picking on it. Thank you.